One of the biggest archaeological crimes in Serbia is the destruction of Žrnov. What was Žrnov and where was it located? Žrnov was a medieval fortress on Avala mountain near Belgrade. Serbs built fortress on the remains of old Roman fortress. Avala mountain was crucial for defense of Belgrade. We don't know when Serbs built the fortress. Legendary warrior Porcho of Avala used Žrnov as his stronghold. Ottomans took Žrnov in 1458. They did not destroy the fortress. Instead, Ottomans expanded the fortress. From Žrnov, Ottomans tried to conquer Belgrade. During this era, Belgrade belonged to Hungarians. Hungarians also wanted Žrnov in order to defend Belgrade more easily. In 1515, Hungarians attacked Žrnov. Ottomans managed to keep Žrnov. In 1521, Ottomans took Belgrade from Hungarians. After conquering Belgrade, Ottomans had no use of Žrnov. We think the fortress was abandoned in 18th century. During World War I, there was heavy fighting on Avala mountain. Many dead soldiers were buried on Avala. Somehow, Žrnov remained standing. After World War I, French popularized the idea of Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Yugoslav king Alexander Karađorđević became obsessed with the same idea. First step was to choose one unidentified body of Serbian soldier. In November 1921, one of the bodies on Avala mountain was exhumed. The body was badly damaged by the grenade. He was identified as Serbian soldier by his shoes and Serbian coins he had. The body was small, so many assumed he was teenager. Some claimed he was 15. The bones cannot reveal the exact age of the deceased. He might have been 18 or 19. In 1922, a small monument was built on Avala. The monument was near Žrnov. 4 bodies were initially buried beneath the monument. 3 bodies were later moved to the cemetery. King Alexander wanted bigger monument for unknown soldier. His nefarious idea was to destroy Žrnov to make space for the monument. Avala might not be the biggest mountain in the world, but there was enough space for both Žrnov and the monument. King Alexander was adamant that Žrnov had to be destroyed. This started many conspiracy theories. Was something buried in Žrnov? Why would king want to destroy part of national heritage? Žrnov survived Ottomans, Hungarians, and many wars, only to be destroyed by the king with Serbian blood. The monument was designed by Ivan Meštrović, god sculptor. Both King Alexander and Meštrović were Freemasons. Was Freemasonry the reason why king wanted to destroy Žrnov? Belgraders begged for Žrnov to be spared. Branislav Nušić was a famous writer and playwright. He wrote that Avala is too far away from Belgrade. The monument should be closer to Belgrade. Nušić said, "To Avala go only wealthy men who have cars, bringing their mistresses with them." Nušić proposed Theatre Square as better place for the monument. Theatre Square is today's Republic Square. Interestingly, many decades later, Nušić would get his statue near Republic Square. In 1934, nothing could save Žrnov. King Alexander declared that the monument would be either there or nowhere. The 1922 monument was demolished. The demolition of Žrnov lasted for 2 days. There were a series of explosions. This shows how well preserved the fortress was. On 28 June 1934, King laid foundation stone for the monument. King Alexander was killed on 9 October in Marseille, France. He never saw the completion of the monument. The monument was finished in 1938. Žrnov was completely erased from the map. Nothing remained. The monument is in the form of a sarcophagus and surrounded by caryatids. There is nothing Serbian about the monument. There are no Serbian symbols. New trees were planted near the monument in the late 1930s. Trees came from the botanical garden in Munich, Germany. Some were donated by Hitler. In short, instead of medieval heritage, we now have suspected Masonic building surrounded by Hitler's trees. Can this be any worse? Actually, yes, it can. The caryatids represent all the peoples of Yugoslavia. Caryatids represent the mothers of fallen soldiers. Guess who is missing? There is no Serbian caryatid. The one wearing Serbian national attire is called Šumadian. Šumadija is part of Serbia. People living in Šumadija are not separate people. Should we blame Meštrović for this? No, this was all King's work. King Alexander destroyed Žrnov to build new Yugoslavian heritage. Archaeologists weren't even given a chance to inspect remains of Žrnov. Now everything is covered with concrete. This reminds me of damnatio memoriae. That's Latin phrase meaning condemnation of memory. Condemned person was simply erased from history. Damnatio memoriae included destruction of buildings and statues, and rewriting history. The court belonging to Obrenović dynasty was demolished, but the court was only a few decades old, while Žrnov was older than 500 years. Destruction of the court can be explained by the rivalry between two dynasties. King Alexander had no reason to destroy Žrnov. This is why I see destruction of Žrnov as a criminal act. We can only speculate why Žrnov was such thorn in King's side. The saddest thing is that nothing can be done to repair the damage King did. Žrnov cannot be rebuilt. Destroying Meštrović's work would be also wrong. This is no win situation.